Hey everybody, this is Unit 6, Formative 2, Video 3, where we talk about central tendencies. Alright, so when we talk about central tendencies, we're talking about mean, median, mode, and range. Okay, your mean is the average, so we add them all up, divide by how many there is. Your median is the middle. The key with this is make sure you order them first before you start. Your mode is the one that occurs the most. We could have no modes, we could have one mode, and we could have many modes. It just depends on what your data looks like. Your range then is just your highest value minus your lowest. Okay, when you're looking at a set of data, in order to pick your best measure of central tendency, you're going to choose either mean, median, or mode. Okay, you're going to choose your mode when it is non-numerical data. So something like favorite color or favorite drink, you would choose the mode to best represent it. Your median, you're going to choose when there's an outlier. And your mean, you're going to choose when there's no outlier. The reason why you do this is because an outlier is a number that just doesn't fit the data. It's way higher or way lower than the rest of your data. And the outlier is going to affect your average more than it's going to affect the median. So you want to use mean when there is no outlier. Alright, so we have this number set 3, 7, 4, 9, 6, 8, and 4. We want to find all of our data values. So our mean, we want to add them up. So 3 plus 7 plus 4 plus 9 plus 6 plus 8 plus 4, and divide by the total number there is. So divide by 7, and when you do that, just plug it in your calculator exactly how it looks. You get 5.86. Your median, you're going to want to find the middle of your data. So the first thing we want to do is order it. So we start with 3, then we have 4, another 4, then we have 6, 7, 8, and 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now to find the middle, you're just finding your middle of your data. So 3 in from either side. So your median is just 6. Your mode is the one that occurs the most. And in this case, 4 occurs the most, so that is your mode. And then your range is the highest minus the lowest. So 9 minus 3, which gives you 6. All right, now if you look at your data here, there isn't an outlier. So if there's no outlier, we want to use mean as your best measure of central tendency, because there's no outlier would be your reason here. All right, find the best measure, or find our central tendencies for this data set. Our mean, again, we're going to add them all up. So 13 plus 6 plus 11 plus 10 plus 9 plus 32, all divided by the number that there is, which is 6. When we do that, we're going to end up with 13.5. Your median is the middle, so we need to order it first. So it starts with 6, then goes to 9, then we have 10, 11, 13, and 32. Notice how I cross them off as I use them so that I know I have every single data value. All right, we have the middle here is actually going to be between 10 and 11 this time, because you can only have one median, and so the middle would actually be 10.5. Now to find the median, if it's not directly between two numbers that are in a row, just add these two middle numbers here together and divide by 2. So if you took 10 plus 11, divided it by 2, you'd get 10.5. Your mode then is the one that occurs the most. Well, there's nothing that repeats in this data set, so there's actually no modes. So we're going to write none. Your range is going to be your highest minus your lowest. So 32 minus 6. When we do this, we get 26 as our range. To look for our best fit, we want to see if there's an outlier. First of all, it's numerical data, so it's not going to be the mode. And if we look here, we actually have an outlier of 32. So that affects the mean, which means we're going to want to use our median as our best measure of central tendency because there's an outlier. All right, our last problem here, what we're looking at is we have some test scores already. We have 80, 93, 91 is our 3 test scores. We want to know what we need to get on our 4th test in order to have an average of 90. Well, average is just mean. So basically what we want to do here is add up the scores we already have. So 80 plus 93 plus 91 plus that 4th test that we don't know yet, all divided by 4. Because when we take those 4 tests, add them together, divide by 4, we want to get 90 as our average. All right, so now we're just going to solve this equation. What I would do first is add these 3 numbers. When you do that, you get 264 plus x all over 4 equals 90. We want to get rid of the 4 on the bottom, so we're going to multiply by 4. That gives you 264 plus x equals 360. Subtract the 264 and you get x to be 96. So you would have to have a 96% on your 4th test in order to have a 90% average. All right, and that is your measures of central tendency. We will see you guys later.